Welcome everyone to another episode of the LanceScurv Show. We have a special guest that we've been waiting for, and she's finally here, Blakofe. And she is a writer, a Pan-Africanist, an activist, an award-winning writer at that, entertainer, media personality. And what can I say? There's so much more to you than I can even list, so I won't even try. I'm just welcoming you to the show. We have Empress Ella G here with us to round everything out and bring the extra female energy. And we're going to have a great old conversation. I'm going to tell you this. You're going to end the conversation. I'm not going to end it because I'm going to talk your ears off because there's so many layers to you. Down in, and your videos are so interesting also. At first, I want you to tell them, number one, how to get you to subscribe to your YouTube channel. Let's get that done first. I want everybody to go to her YouTube channel and subscribe, because sometimes in a comical way, in a serious way, the points that you bring up and you're fearless in it, I appreciate that about you, because most of us hide and are afraid to speak truth. Welcome to the show. Talk to us, my dear sister.
Thank you. It's good to be here. We've been trying to do this for a while, and we finally made it. I'm glad we did. Yes.
Yeah, when I looked at your stuff and I was like, I can't put you in any one category. You do so many things well. You know, the comical skits that you do, the things that you write. Your books are on Amazon. You're a very serious person. You've even held a station here in Ghana with the tourism board, if I'm correct. Tell us about that and just bring us back and just let's free flow through your life and just, you know, I know you're going to make it entertaining.
Free flow into my life. Well, yeah, as you mentioned, I was working in the tourism. Actually, I was born in Ghana, but I left when I was raised in the UK. So when I went back to Ghana in '95, I chose to go back home. I realized that Ghana is a place to be. So I started the return home journey in 1995, telling everybody, come home, but come home. I used to do small tours, I encourage people to invest in Ghana. So just something that I've always done since 1995. And then with the current government, because of what I was doing before, I was appointed in the tourism sector. Yeah.
And in reading some of your articles, you love Ghana, but the political system at the present time doesn't sit well with you. And you've pretty much been, can I say, burned by what you saw here. You have a love for Ghana, you want to see it built up, but you can't deal with the hierarchy and those who are in power. And there's a conflict there, and that's what it is. And so, you know, of course you're going to say certain things, you know, and I read the articles, I was like, wow, because the truth be told, I've experienced several signs of human nature here, although I don't have your level of position and notoriety on a good level. But for those who, you know, may want to say Ghana's great, it is great. There's a lot of potential, but the human nature that's here sometimes can kind of get in the way. You were speaking about on one of your videos recently about the police here and what they do. And I was like, oh, I mean, they do that in America too, but I can see a lot more things happening here as I see it, because it's not as regulated. Just let's pick a little area where you want to start and we'll just go in from there.
A little area about Ghana. Where do we start? I mean, Ghana is where do we start? Put it this way, I chose to return to Ghana in '95. Nobody forced me to. And I thought, wow, Ghana is a place to be. You know, Ghana, but unfortunately, what I saw in '95 and what I hope Ghana will be is not the Ghana today. I think we went the wrong way. So for me, as a diaspora who chose to go back home, it's very heartbreaking seeing Ghana today. You know, Ghana should be like, I don't know, a functioning country, but it's not functioning. Nothing is working. We don't have hospitals. We don't have schools. There's corruption everywhere. And it's like everybody is out to get you. Everyone's out to just steal from you, backstab you. It's heartbreaking. Because, you know, you have this vision. You see, when you're in the diaspora, you have this vision of Africa, the motherland, where everything is beautiful. But you get to the motherland and you find that they're actually just like everybody else in the Western world. People are just as greedy. People are just as evil, you know. So that the vision of Wakanda, when you get to Africa, it's not the reality.
Right. No, but you're right. And see, like for myself, my experience is that many of the diasporans, they come here and get crazy, you know. So that was my first level of dealing with deceit and cutthroat stuff and whatever. I'm like, wait a second, we're supposed to be out here together, but now everybody's going for themselves and they're getting crazy out here. And then I began to see other things, but overall, like for myself, right? I never really painted this like euphoric wonderland, whatever. I kind of reserved on the other things because, see, for me, I know how I want to live. I mean, I'm an extrovert. I can be the life of the party, but I'm also an extreme introvert and can be locked up somewhere on a property in a home and not have to deal with any of that stuff. And people who know me know that. And this is why I can produce the work that I do, because I can shut off and it doesn't bother me. Matter of fact, I can shut off and love it. Not from the good people that I know. But for me, a good thing, but I realized I had to rope-a-dope a lot of things like, ooh, I'm kind of seeing this. I'm kind of seeing that. You know, I had a situation, and I guess I can say it again, where I was at the bus, one of the bus depots here. And I was doing a little video on the phone to myself. It was facing me. And this guy was rude. He didn't identify himself as a police officer or anything. He was so rude, asking me what I'm doing. I'm like, wait a second, this is my phone. Who are you? You know, type thing. So anyway, he brought back uniformed police and brought me in to speak to them. But it was a pissing contest with this little guy. Because when I spoke to his superior, smooth, and I had to put him in his place and let him know that I understand law enforcement, even though it may be in a different country. This guy was using that as a pissing contest. Maybe he thought I was some guy that had all this money or whatever. But he was watching me for a long time. And so they didn't do anything to keep me, but I explained myself. And I said, listen, I have a bus going out of here. I got to get out of here. And he was so mad. So he felt like he was the law. A lot of folks take those things personal, but me, the way I move, it is euphoric here for me because I know what America is. And I know that you can live the way you want to live, but I understand with you to have that connection and to be disappointed, it's got to sting a whole lot more.
It does. It does. I mean, the thing is, you know, there's good and bad everywhere. Everywhere. So I'm not complaining only about Ghana, but Ghana, it's not where I'm. You know, just the system, nothing is working, nothing works. You wake up in Ghana and your first problem is there's no water flowing. So you wake up and even the basic things that should make life easy for you, you have to fight for. I wake up in England, I turn my tap on and water flows. I have a nice shower, I walk out, I jump on it. I can check the bus time, 9:07, the bus will be here. It will be here 9:07, so I can plan my day accordingly. I have my Oyster card, I just tap it on the bus and I know that's done. But Ghana, there's no water. You don't know what time the truck will turn up. If you take a taxi, one taxi, you're going to the same place. One taxi will tell you 5 cities, another taxi will tell you 20 cities. So you can't even budget accordingly. One day you spend 500 cities, next day you spend 200 cities. The system is not working. That's a problem. Because those in charge don't care to make the system work.
Yeah, understood. And like I said, that's why with me, I'm totally self-sufficient that way. Although there's things you have to deal with when you're there. So in the apartment that I'm in, I've dealt with the water thing. I've dealt with the power outages and stuff like that. And that's well publicized. And I know it's just, to me, it just seems as though people can demand better. You know, we need the systems in, but it just seems like many of them because if this was, I'm not comparing it to America to say, well, in America, so-and-so, but they tolerate a lot more. Like, okay, that's just the way it is.
Exactly.
And, no.
Which is why I had problems in Ghana. I left Ghana when I was 10 years old. So I was raised in the UK. I was raised in a society where I know my rights and you demand your rights. And that's how I was raised up. So going to Ghana and seeing all these things that were wrong, I was speaking out, not to be troublesome, not because I hated the government, but because I grew up in a system where you demand your rights. And that's what I was doing. And I was telling Ghanaians, hey, you have a right to demand this, you have a right to demand that. I really misunderstood. Oh, she's crazy. She's controversial. She's traveled. She wants to tell us what to do. That wasn't the case. I was saying to Ghanaians, hey, government is supposed to work for you. Make them accountable. Make them work for you. But they didn't get what I was trying to say. And the government knew what I was trying to say. So I became an enemy. Like, this girl is trying to open eyes. She's trying to. We don't need people like that in the system. Let's do everything to put her down. You know?
Right. Empress G, you about to say something?
No, I was agreeing with her.
Yeah. But that's what I see with many who are here on different levels. I've learned that there's different classes of people, not a class that I put them into, but a class that they fall into. You know, I know that religion is a big thing here, and it kind of keeps people, you know, ball and chain.
Thing.
Talk to me about that.
That religion thing, I don't know why it's so big. Well, I do know why it's so big. Poverty, desperation, frustration. So what you do, just turn to an invisible God and hope for better. That's what I think it is. That religion offers some sort of comfort, some hope that things may get better. Look, I'll give an example. I have relatives who are very, very poor. They've been poor as long as I've known them, and they still have hope that one day. So that religion really, it keeps the people sober as well. If people don't have religion, they may start demanding accountability. They may start going crazy. So the government doesn't want that. So let's build more churches. Let's encourage religion. Religion is playing a part in keeping people dull. Yes, definitely. It's not helping the situation. It's not.
Right.
Not at all.
I noticed that it's really, really bad, because to me, the best thing that religion can do, if it can do anything, is to quicken your steps and to make you sharper to go into a sense of spirituality. It's like a pair of crutches that we wear, that when we have a broken leg, but when the leg is healed, you throw the crutches down. So if religion has any good to it, it's only a temporary patch to bring you right into a right state of mind. But it just seems as though there's no end to this. And a lot of folks, not just here, but all over the world and back in America, it's like they're zombies, like they're zombified.
Yeah, but I'm giving America, who's going, it's not the white folk or the Indians or the Chinese, it's the black folk, is it not?
Right.
In London, it's the same. In London, it's not the white folk, it's not the Chinese, it's the black people who are going to church. The most oppressed people are the ones who are going to church. So and the more you go to church, the more you're oppressed. So it's obviously not working for you. I don't understand why they don't see that.
Look, every slave dungeon that I've gone to had a church in it. The one I went to last week with Lazia 75, there's a church in there. Like they're praying to what God? You know, and you're praying to the same God, but you expect something different. Don't you see this? Like, it's really, really bad. But like I said,
it's
I'm one who
it's a mental disorder. I think it's a mental disorder.
It is.
So mentally, developed up there as a people. How can you believe the people downstairs, they had you chained up, they were whipping you, they were raping women, and upstairs they were praying to God? How can you believe those people?
Right.
How?
Right. See, they don't recognize. They don't recognize. No, they don't recognize that there's a bad delay here.
Yeah. It's the sound is going in and out. So like when you're talking, I'll let you talk. But I noticed that really bad. And the things that happen, everything happens here, but it's more undercover because of the fear of religion, the fear of being found out. You know, we have a lot of people that go to church on a Sunday morning, but they went to the juju man Saturday night. So you're telling me which tell me that it works. You know what I mean? So it's hypocritical. And when you call them out on it, they get so angry.
Our chiefs will 1 minute go to church, next minute they'll go to the shrines. Because most of the chiefs have some sort of shrines that they believe in. Then they'll come and pour libation. So they believe in the African way, but for some reason they feel that they have to do the Christian way too. And if you don't do it, then you're a bad person. So some people just do it for the sake of doing it. Yeah.
And I have no problem with the original way. We should be that more than anything else, because it doesn't make any sense to bring Christianity to us. And the first examples of it was in the slave castles with these people who, you know, dungeons who brought this over to us. But it's really deep. So for me, I'm cool. I'm going to live all right. I'm going to get along, but I don't think I'm going to be here to just change everybody and be this revolutionary and make everybody see the light, because it's so embedded. And I only have it so many years to do something like that. So I'm just going to walk my path, influence those who are in my path, and just do what I do and enjoy my life. There are people out here who want to be revolutionaries. You go ahead if you want to. You know what I mean? But you're a revolutionary.
I don't think we want to be. I think I didn't set out to be a revolutionist. No way. We didn't set out for that. I think sometimes when you're outspoken about issues, you're saying that way. I care so much. I care about people. I care about situations. And that's the problem. If I didn't care, I would just close my eyes and have a great life in Ghana. Because Ghana is really who you know. You know that's how the system works. My father was a very prominent, wealthy man in Ghana. I went to one of the best schools in the UK. I could have come back to Ghana. I could have come back with my British accent. I've come from England. I'm so-and-so's daughter. I'm this and this, and had that life. But that's not me. I feel for the average person. So I didn't set out. I didn't set out that way. It's just my passion and the fact that I care. That's made me who I am today.
Yes. You're a very strong person, and your books reflect that. Could you tell us briefly about the books that you've written and what's behind it? Not to go in super detail, but very few people who find themselves on YouTube have books that they wrote, concrete work, the experiences you have here in Ghana, and just your whole total life. So kind of share that with us. Hold it up, and we can get those on Amazon, I believe. So I'm gonna have to drop the link. Yes.
The fact that I didn't plan to write a book. I love writing. I've always written since I was a child. So when I came to Ghana, I started writing my observations. Now there's a magazine called New African Magazine. In fact, before then, I was writing for the Chronicle, a newspaper in Ghana. And one day, I wrote under a fake name with no picture. So one day the editor called me and said, listen, you have to stop writing because the government want to know who this writer is. And apparently I was too controversial. The government wanted so the editor said to me, for your own peace of mind and security, don't even come to the office for a few days. So that's how I stopped writing for the newspaper in Ghana. But I still wanted to write. So I mentioned it to a friend of mine who introduced me to the editor of New African Magazine, which it used to be West African Magazine back in the days. It's a known magazine for Africans in diaspora. And so I mentioned to Kofi I wanted to write. He introduced me to Bafo and Kuma. And Bafo said, well, send me a sample of your writing. So I did. It's like, wow, I love your style. I'll give you a column, just like that. So I had a monthly column in the New African Magazine where I shared my observations as a diaspora who's come back to Ghana. And I just kept writing. But apparently my column used to generate the most readers' comments. Either people loved it or they hated it, but there was always readers' comments. The owner of the magazine, Afifi, said to me, you need to put all your writings in a book. He was the first person to say that to me. That was around 2014 or so. So I was like, yeah, I never did it. Then other people could tell me, no, you need to put it all in a book. So the first book is just a collection of all the stuff I used to write for New African Magazine. And it's my observations. Things like titles like Give Me Water, Not a Holiday. I talk about the fact that we're taking a holiday on Nkrumah's birthday. And that when we could use the day for other things. Say I see a problem in Ghana, I identify a problem, and I offer a little solution. For example, instead of taking a holiday on Nkrumah's birthday, if I was in charge, Nkrumah's birthday would be a day where all across the continent, young inventors bring their inventions. Because Nkrumah was about Africans doing for themselves. So how do we honor him? Let's have young Africans who are doing for themselves. So you're 15 years old, you're 17, you're 13. You know that on this day every year, I can go and take my little windmill I've invented, or I can take and showcase it. And then we link up with the diasporas who have money, who want to invest in Africans. That's what I would do for Nkrumah's birthday. I would say, take a holiday. That's not honoring Nkrumah. So I say a little problem, a challenge, and I offer my solution. So that's why that's it. That's the books.
Right. Yeah, because there's so much talent here. There's so much talent.
There's so much talent
here.
I have a chapter on that. I have a chapter here saying, what are we doing for our talents? There's so much talent. You go to the beach, look at the kids who are swimming in the water. Let's put these kids in a swimming pool and train them to be Olympic swimmers. No one's thinking. Right. You're in traffic, you want to PK, and maybe your car's moved on. So the PK guy will say, Charlie, PK. So he'll pass it to his friend. His friend will pass it to a friend. He'll pass it and bring it to you. That's a relay team right there. But we're not thinking. You see the guys making furniture. Oh, Ghana furniture. Oh, they can't do anything. They'll never get good if you invest in them. So let's think. There's so much talent in Ghana. There's talent everywhere. So much talent. It's just going to waste.
We're not getting the benefit of these resources that are here. It seems like other people are coming and they're organized and they're doing the damn thing, but they're afforded leeway more so than those who are here. Speak on that. Yeah. Because I know young men who have really nowhere to go as far as their desire to be gainfully employed or start some businesses or whatever. Some have, but they have to start out rubbing two nickels together. And it's like lots of times they stay on that level for a long time and get discouraged. You know what I mean? It's just no farm system here to cultivate the talents here. Wouldn't that benefit the country? You know?
Well, to tell you the truth, I'm so hot in here. London's hot, cold, hot, cold. To tell you the truth, sometimes I think the powers that be, I don't know, but I think the powers that be maybe work with the Western agencies to keep Africans down because it's to the benefit. Imagine empowered Africans, how dangerous that would be to the world. So you're a president, you're a power that be, they come to you and say, hey, this is the thing. We'll give you the money, enjoy it, but don't you dare do anything for your people. I can't think of any other reason. An empowered African continent is a danger to the Western world. So give them the church and give them nothing else.
Exactly.
That's why at times.
But we're severely compromised. It has to be that way. Memorandum 46. I think so. Yeah. You read that, you'll know. They don't want to.
I think so. I think when you become president, that's when you get the call and they tell you, great, this is a deal. Play with us, or see what we did to Nkrumah, see what we did to Sankara, see what we did to Lumumba, see what we did to Malcolm X, see what we did to. So play with us or join those people. And all African leaders say, we'll play. That's what I think. But I don't know for a fact. It's just what I think.
Well, you have the experience to be able to make that educated assessment. So I'll take your word for it, because I've arrived to that point in different parts of the world where I can see it's just all keeping us down, you know. And people say, oh, you're paranoid or whatever. But like for me, nothing's going to stop me doing what I need to do. But I'm not going to sit here and defend those who are going to do me in the end, because they have their mental sickness. And I've experienced a lot of that. And people didn't expect. It's just crazy. It's like they get intoxicated with what little they can get or whatever, and they get dumb. Look, the bottom line is, and I did a rant early in the week, why can't Black people stick together? Why? What is wrong with us? What is really wrong? We're talking all over the world now. Not just Africa, but all over the planet. They're good ones like yourself and us here, but the majority. In the chat room,
I don't know about other races, but I think with us, this when Europe divided Africa into different countries, that's where the problems with that, because we were tribes, we were ethnic groups, we were never countries. So you had the Bantu, you had the San, the Wolof, different ethnic groups. And all of a sudden, we were told that you're now Angolan, you're now Zimbabwean. So we had to adapt and be new people. And ever since then, I think maybe there was a distrust. We were forced to live with people that we didn't know. So I think it came from there, and that distrust has always been there. I don't know. I try to analyze these things in my head, but I don't know. Yeah,
it seems that way. We had so much tribal warfare going on that we couldn't see each other as a whole, and others capitalized on that. You know, to make it seem like, okay, you take one side and say, hey, listen, we like you better, we're going to give you some weapons. And they go to the other side and say, hey, we like you better, we're going to give you some weapons. And they sit back and watch each other off. Then both dead, they come and get the resources. They give you loans that you can't pay back. They come like the shining star, the knight in shining armor, and they're really dooming you. And did you realize that the Chinese have exclusive access to a port here in Ghana? Did you hear about that? Yeah,
that's news to me.
I heard it from somebody who is in a good position to know. Okay, I didn't read that, but the person told me, because it's kind of a hush-hush thing here, right? And I'm going to investigate that a little bit. Now, we'll talk about that. But if that is true, why can't we have something like that for our own country? Because this is my adopted country. This is my lineage is from here. Why is it everybody else can come? And when I did certain paperwork in my arriving here, I saw how an easy time others had when those of us who look like us, who are coming from different countries, had a harder time. It starts right as soon as you get here. Of course, we have the unity in other races and cultures that come here, but there's still that giving you the hard time type thing. Like, you have to validate yourself. And from the outside, good, but they say, come, Akwaba, come home, get this land. It can be that way if you know how to filter out the negative. but it can discourage other people. So this is why I'm glad that you're here to talk about those things from experience, not to discourage anybody, but to get them hip to what can go on. And when you see the nastiness that can happen from those who are not true and honorable.
Yeah. I think that's the thing. Nobody's really telling the truth about moving to Ghana. Buying PR on CNN to say, come to Ghana, it's so wonderful. It's not good enough. Mm-hmm. Let's tell people both sides so they know what they're going in for. For example, I used to do tour groups, and I tell them straight up, if you want to move to Ghana, there's certain things you need to ask yourself. For example, everything is bribery there. So you have to ask, are you willing to change and be like a Ghanaian, or are you going to be yourself and have a difficult time? Look, 25 years I lived in Ghana. I challenged someone to come and say that I was corrupt or I was doing bribery. And because of that, my life was tougher. But I was determined to do the right thing. So you have to know this in Ghana, everything is bribery. If you have a court case, have money to pay the judge, or stick to do the right thing and lose. These are the things that we don't tell the diasporas. We can't lie to them that Ghana is wonderful. Ghana can be wonderful, but living there is different from coming for a 10-day holiday. It's different. You see all these celebrities, Christmas, champagne. That's not a life for the average diaspora. It's not. The average returnee is not coming to drink champagne with presidents and ministers. And nobody tells them the truth. Yeah.
Well, so for me, I'm very happy here because I'm already paranoid anyway. Being born and raised in New York City, I'm already like right there. So I'm like, once you tell me 2, 4, 6, 8, I know 10 is coming. Once you say 1, 3, 5, 7, I know 9 is coming. I pick up on things real quick. Boxing match, you come out in the first round and you're throwing blows. You say, okay, let me think this way. Now I got your rhythm. It's on from the second round on. So I think for me, like I said, I'm in a phase right now where I'm nice and chill and relaxed, and I just want to live nice and do what I have to do, help who I can help, generate things that I can generate with my influence. But I have no delusions of I'm going to come there and save everybody. I'm going to come there and no, it ain't going to happen. I know that, come to your life, be good to people in your path, do what you do. And I'm too busy to get caught up in all those other things anyway. I observe them. But
I think we all have a role to play, but not everybody can play a big role. So your role might be, no, I don't mean you, but as an individual, it may be the community, make a difference in that community. That might be the role that somebody has to play. Somebody else's role may be, I'm going to focus on discipline, and that's what I'm doing. So everybody has a little role to play. We all always, especially that's diasporas who know better. We've seen better. Imagine you live in Ashiaman. You have never left Ashiaman before. To you, Ashiaman is how the whole world is. And then one day you go to Trasacco Valley, like, whoa. So people have clean streets, people have big cars. So the average Ghanaian who's never left Ghana doesn't know any better. But we do. And we should let them know that, listen, you deserve better. You deserve to sit in a train where it's just you on one seat, not you and a goat and 10 people on one seat. So we have a role to play. We really do.
Yeah, that's going to take time. And you have to instill that in them to make them know that that's possible. Because there's some people out there that I've known before, and they've told me, okay, when you come to Africa, when you come to Ghana especially, don't think it's the United States. I never thought that anyway. And I'm prepared to adapt, and I've done very well. I made the transition very well. I don't complain about things. I have a lot of patience. I understand because, see, what I do depends on me, right? So I don't need all of this around me. What I do to produce the stuff I do online or creatively is what I do, and I'm dedicating myself to that at this phase of my life, right? But there are some people who contradict themselves. They come from the Western world or the UK, and they say that, well, this is Africa, this is Ghana, you have to adapt to it. Fine, I will, but don't tell me it has to stay that way. You see what I mean? Like, I've gone to certain villages outside of Accra. I've gone to different places in the country where things were more basic. I've gone to places in Ghana where it was a bit of a shock, but I haven't seen that many breasts before in my life when you're in a little village. Like, whoa, you know what I mean? With the Western mind. But you adapt. But see, there's some who think that this is the African way, that the poverty that may be in certain areas, oh, that's African. No, it's not. We're the best. No. On the coast, we have all the resources. Don't accept that mentality. Don't accept, because there are other people who are coming here who are like, I deserve the best, and I'm going to make money and do whatever. So it's not about the oppressor's dollar, but the unity with each other to build something that can flourish and benefit you as a citizen of the world. I lay my head here and I live here and I love it here, but I'm not going to get trapped off into a local mentality of being defeated. I've been through too much to do that because the world is mine and we all should feel this way, you know? Yeah. And many feel that, you know?
Yeah.
But you know something? I really feel like everything that you're saying is true, but I feel like at this point, show and tell is better than, speaking. You know what I mean? Because they're not listening. They haven't been listening. So us as diasporans going back to the motherland, the best thing you can do is do what you need to do. Let them see what you're doing. And hopefully that will spark something. That will spark some kind of change for them, because they'll see that what you're doing is, you're doing it efficiently. It's helping you, it's assisting them, it's aiding them, and maybe they'll in turn want to do something.
Yes.
But you can't tell them. You can't try to force them to do something that they haven't been doing,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true. Show and tell works. It's true, because especially now with this lousy, useless Akufo-Addo government, Ghanaians are looking for an alternative. Now, I did a video where I addressed the government, the president.
Nature's calling.
I'm sorry. I think he fell off. Go ahead, Hunt. Keep talking. I think he fell off.
Yeah. So since I did that,
go to the restroom.
Okay. Go ahead.
Since I did that video for Akufo-Addo, I've had so many young people send me messages on Facebook, on Instagram. Blakofe, we want to be like you. We want to be like you. We need you to leave Ghana. We need honest people like you. So show and tell, that's where people have seen that, you can be honest and things can get done. So, and all my 20, I can't say that enough times. I challenge anybody in Ghana in the last 25 years to say that I've done a corrupt deal with them or I've done payola. I just don't. I'm honest. My A is my A, my B is my B. And I think those around appreciate that now. Show and tell, that's work. Yeah.
Yeah, it does. And especially if they're going to be such good Christians, you can't be good Christians and want payola. It just doesn't work. So
the Christianity thing.
Exactly. You have to have integrity. So you have to show them what the picture of integrity is, for them to follow it, because they're getting.
That's a problem now in Ghana.
Yeah.
Where are the leaders with integrity? Where are the leaders with ethics? Where are the ethics leaders with morals? They don't exist. So who are the people looking up to? Right now, all the young people want to make quick money because that's what they see. Everything in Ghana, I gotta make money, I gotta make that money. They don't care how it's made. In Ghana today, the drug dealer gets more respect than the hard working nurse. Why? Because the drug dealer has a car and he comes around and he's flashy. So everything's about money. Yeah. Where the leaders were showing they use the right way.
Well, the West is a big influence too. Over here, what they're seeing on television, the lifestyle that they're seeing, that they think the majority of the people in the West have, they want that lifestyle. So, taking a menial job is not something that they're even considering. They're looking for the fast money, just like what they see happening over here. And that's the unfortunate thing for the young children there. There's no one showing them or no one letting them know that life is not easy in America. They're seeing America and they think we have it as a cakewalk over here, or even you in London. They don't realize that, it's just as hard for the people, for people of color to survive.
And those people who have flashing cars, they've got a mortgage, they're doing higher purchase, they're living on credits, but they don't know that over in Ghana.
Right. No big point. That's a good point, because they see
they're living on higher purchase, they're living on monthly, every month standing orders.
Right. And they don't really
Isn't
do
that
that.
something?
Folks don't know that.
No, they don't
You're
do
not
that.
No, it's cash. If you want to get a car, you better have the cash.
Yeah. And so they assume it's the same over here. No, people are here are in debt just to live that lifestyle that they want.
And they're suffering because of it. The nervous breakdowns, the bad health, they can't sleep at night. They're worrying. They're trying to keep up with the next person. And they don't really, what is it for? And so this is why I find myself caught up in that. And I just want to go somewhere where it's more simpler. Like, to just live out of the cities. Just live a nice, quiet life. Know what it is that you want to do. Know how to live.
That's what I really want deep down inside. Live in my village, grow my food, write my books, and just be happy. That's what I'd love to do. Don't get involved. Don't speak about the issues. I care about the issues. That's a problem. I care.
You know what? I think that maybe it would be good for the Ghanaians that want to come to the West. I think it would be good for them to come to the West, experience some real hardship, because they don't understand that life is pretty good for them where they are. Look at us here. We're trying to get back there. We're trying to get there to live a more simple, peaceful life. And they're trying to get here to run in the rat race. So maybe they should come and run in the rat race, for a couple of years and see, deal with snow, deal with tornadoes, deal with hurricanes, deal with deal with all the things that we deal with over here, right? Yeah. See the struggle and then remember what they left behind at home.
Yeah.
You understand? It's like people coming from the Caribbean. It's like people coming from being in Jamaica, having abundance. You can walk like you can do in Ghana, pick a mango off a tree, eat it, you won't go hungry. Pick a fruit, eat it, you won't go hungry. You have the ocean, you have the sea, you can just go, you have lovely rivers, you can just live a beautiful life. But we get sold a bill of goods from the West. We come here, we come to America, we go to London, we go to Canada, and we struggle, right? If you're back home, you may have a lovely house. You may have a couple, and I don't use the word servants lightly. You may have assistants. You may have someone that, you have people that, okay, some people take advantage. There's always people going to take advantage of someone. Right. But for the most part, a lot of people, they'll have someone helping them in their home that they're given an opportunity to take them from less than and give them a little bit more. You understand? You have those type of lifestyle. You have the ones that do take advantage. But here's what, they leave all of that. And they come into America or one of the other countries, super countries as they call them. Right? And start struggling. Yeah. You understand? They don't see what they're leaving behind. So maybe that's what needs to happen in Ghana. They need to, okay, you want to go to America? You want to go to England? Go right ahead. Be my guest. But I'm coming where you are.
We shouldn't even have to leave our motherland. Our motherland should be okay for all of us. There's so much money on the continent, yet people have to come outside and look for money. It makes no sense. The amount of money that politicians steal, they can put into the country. Seriously, why should any African have to come and hustle and clean toilets or even do any kind of job in China or Dubai anywhere? We should do that in the continent.
And they're paying you with the money that they got from stealing the resources over here. See what I mean?
Exactly.
That's so crazy.
It makes no sense. That's what I don't understand. You came to mess our country up, and after you left, you give us loans and aid and grants. So imagine somebody has come to your house, they've ransacked your house, they've raped all the women in your house, they've taken everything, and eventually they leave. But they said, okay, we'll give you a loan to fix the mess we've made. That makes no sense. Why are we accepting IMF loans and WHO loans and UN and World Bank loans? They owe us.
Greed.
They owe us. They owe us. Nobody has ever paid 400 years of slavery. How you took away the best brains, you took away our resources, you took away our men of medicine, our philosophers. You took everything and said that we are savage. We didn't invent anything. You rewrote history, where now we are the inferior ones. They owe us so much. We shouldn't be taking loans. We should not.
Exactly.
We need to get out of the system. That's number one. Reject everything of them and get out of the system. But we just seem that their ice is colder. Everything they have is better. They steal it from us and sell it back to us at high rates, which drop it down all over the place. I mean, what do you
now? Look, go on internet now and put in what do you call the asanka? You know that asanka that we cook in Ghana. You know the one you eat the food in that clay pot. They're selling it here as some earthenware food bowl for 30, 40 pounds. In years to come, they will say they invented this thing. Meanwhile, Africans have been using it for years. We don't value it. Right now, we used to use the chewing sticks and the chewing sponge. They told us we're savage. It's the eating in the Western world now, chewing sticks and chewing sponge. And they will say, like twerking, we have always twerked. It's our dance. They said Miley Cyrus invented twerking. That little white girl invented twerking.
What was she twerking with?
With nothing.
She did something like this, which they said was twerking, and she invented it. So everything that we have, they turn around and tell us that it's horrible, and we believe it. Then years later, look at our lips and our butts. Remember years ago, our lips and our butts were awful. Then they started doing and injecting themselves. Now big butts and the lips are cool.
Exactly.
Yeah, always believe them.
Envy, that's what it is. And like I said, they need to take a few from you, because I saw that video with those dance moves you had there.
Oh yes.
my ancestors invented all that.
Wait a second. Your command of the human body is very fascinating and admirable. Put it that way. And there'll be a lot of white women out there with some flat backsides trying to get it like you, but they can't do it. They just can't
That's
do
right.
it.
That's
the
right.
Gumby built white women just flaps.
And now people back home, those who have not traveled, they don't see this. They believe everything from the Western world is superior. They believe it. When you try and tell them no, it's not. Even the hair, they believe that wearing Brazilian hair is superior. Everything they believe is superior comes from the Western world. We have a lot of work to do for our people, because until we can make them mentally even love themselves as Africans, how do we get them to believe they can develop their country? How?
True.
That's right.
We don't like us. Yeah.
It's going to take individuals like yourself and those who are in the chat room, and maybe yours truly, and Priscilla G and everybody else and part of the crew, to forge forward with a new mind. Because if we don't, many are just not going to survive properly. They will be alive, but they will not live. You see what I mean? It is simple when you look at the resources that we have here, and how much what you have can stretch further, but you got to get off of that merry-go-round. You can't put yourself in an advantageous position only to put yourself in more debt. Oh, the homes are cheaper, or not cheaper, but less expensive. The land is less expensive. So now I have more money to go get a bigger car to put myself in debt. Therefore, my initial move is not an advantage to me.
Exactly.
Stay away. Let it incubate. Put stuff away. Get your resources. I don't mean just the paper dollar or the CD. You're going to have to use these things because most of the time you're going to have to pay your way out of the system for the most part. You're going to have to cash out, sell a home, sell the car, and trust in yourself and trust in your own resources and your work ethic, and forge forward like a pioneer, because in essence, that's what you are. And most people won't acknowledge us as that, but they'll sit there to the side and look and say, look at that Negro. Why did he leave? We didn't have his mindset the way we have most of the mindset. It is a good move to come here if you know how to handle it, if you know how to do it. Yeah. But you understand that human nature is all over the place. People who are compromised are all over the place. And you just have to be careful who you deal with, because you'll be surprised. Trust me, this place, the air here can change people. Like I said, many from the diaspora will come here and get cuckoo. They get crazy over here.
That place can drive you. If you're not mentally sturdy, that place, whoa. Yeah. But yeah, that actually people should definitely touch down. I believe in touching down in motherland. You have to. Whether you were born there and left, whether you were never born there, you have to. And you know, I used to do a lot of before. I always used to tell my tour groups, please pick any African country of your choice and buy land. Because in years to come, you as a black person will pay rent to the Chinaman. I used to say this to my tour group years ago. And it's happening. The Chinaman is holding the land. I used to tell them, buy land. It doesn't have to be Ghana. Just pick a country. Buy it. So as a black person, you own that land, because in years to come, you will come to Africa and pay Mr. Chinaman rent.
And you know what? That's why that's one of the reasons why they're trying so hard to keep us, you know, the year of return showed them what can happen, what is going to happen. And so they're trying to make it more difficult for us to come back. And what that does, it gives them more time to buy up all the land, because that's what they're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to buy up everything. So when we come back, we have to buy it from them at a premium.
Yes.
So we need to be the ones buying it up. And guess what? Buy up enough so that if they want it, they pay us a premium for it.
We should even sell to them. That's what, look, when Magufuli was president of Tanzania, may he rest in peace. Oh, Magufuli, why did they kill him? Anyway, when Magufuli was president of Tanzania, no foreigner could buy land in Tanzania. You couldn't do it. You cannot come and buy land. That's a Chinaman or a Lebanese. You just could not do it. I'm sure now you can probably do it, because but you know, Ghana, anybody can own the land. Anybody.
And see, just like we have situations in offices in the corporate world where you have people who work in that office, or people who work in transportation or some kind of civil service job, and they say, listen, let's all pitch in and get these lottery tickets, right? And they all pitch, they hit the lottery, they can split it so many ways. When they don't hit, it's gone. And it may not have been a lot of money, but why not take a sizable chunk that you can afford and collectively put your money together and send one person over here that you can trust that will let you do things. And you as a group, you know what? Together we can invest in so many acres of land here. That's ours, that and proportionate to the money that you put in, that's the land that you own, but you have more buying power that way, more leverage that way. Somebody will offer you of your own now, not anybody else, to say, I want to buy that land so I can do this or do that. Now you get an immediate return on that. Look at the areas. Look, many people here saw the video that I put out where we just had a relaxing day going up in the mountains. They were looking at some land and different stuff. And I just casually had my camera just out of the car and play some music to it. All that land that's up there, all of it, in all the mountains for hundreds of miles. You mean to tell me we can't get together and do what we have to do? Look, I don't condone selling any kind of bad substances to our people. But all of you dope dealers who are taking your money and bringing it down to the white man's dealership and rolling through the hood where people don't have anything, and you made him rich, take some of that money and do something righteous with it.
Exactly.
And you know why? With President Kennedy's father, with the bootleg liquor, put all of them through and put them in position. So don't tell me that that's not the American way. I'm not condoning the matter that way. But whatever it is, get your pennies together and understand it's a bigger world out there than just America in the UK.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I think many in the diaspora still see Africa as some village that they don't want to go to. Very few want to explore Africa. You know, many in the Caribbean, UK, US, they don't identify with Africa. It's like, I'm not African. I'm not one of those people. They don't even want to think about Africa.
How sick that is.
It's never on their radar. Yeah.
This is why I take the camera wherever I go.
They've done a great job of convincing people that Africa is some dark continent. Don't go there. Because if our bright people were to go home, we could do a lot. Imagine the people that so many of us went back home and we were running the show. Imagine.
Exactly. Oh my.
That will happen. That will happen. That will happen.
Yeah, it won't happen in our lifetime, though. It won't happen in my lifetime.
Well, we can shift the momentum. We can be instrumental in shifting the momentum. And this is what I say. We've got to have that mentality of those who built the pyramids, that the pyramid may not have been finished by the time our time was up on this earth, right? But we have that, we know we're part of this righteous relay race. Look at the Chinese, the Great Wall of China.
Right.
The people who started that out didn't finish. So we have to know the cycle of life that we will benefit from it somehow, some way. But we have to start. If we start and we get good people in place and put good things in the mind of the people who are ready to build, and to do so selflessly. How many times we have our children and we say, you know what? I'm going to invest in this for my children so they can have. But the Western world mentality is that I got to get everything for myself. So we end up dying with toys, more expensive toys that people will fight over that never really liked us in the first place. They were jealous for the very things that we had. Now they're fighting over it. Why don't we go beyond that and invest more? It doesn't take much. That's why I take my camera everywhere I go. People have asked me, do they have car dealerships out there? Do they have homes here? Like CNN will show some of the downtrodden areas, right? And you have, right? But they don't show you world-class situations that beat anything America has. They don't show you that. And so many of us fall victim to that.
We have you and some of our fellow YouTubers, Brother Lance, to thank for many of us here in the West seeing a different image of Africa. You know, when you take us into those supermarkets, because not many YouTubers were taking people into the supermarkets and into the malls. They will take them into the outside market, and show how they buy food in the outside market, but they weren't showing the developments. Look at that beautiful restaurant that has the pool that you showed us. How many people have seen that?
I got something for tomorrow. You're not going to see it tomorrow night. I got something that's going to blow your mind if it works out. I got something that's going to blow everybody's mind footage-wise. My cameras are charged. The batteries are ready. The cars are empty. I'm going to go in there like the two-gun kid with my cameras. Yes, I am. This is an exclusive here.
Stick them up.
I'm talking smack. Tomorrow. That's what I'm saying. I got it wrapped down. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you something.
We look forward to it.
And I got exclusive on it.
Wow.
Not my words.
See, that's it. That's what we need. We need to be seeing these things, because as much as it's going to be, like Sister Blakofe says, it's not going to be easy. Okay, it's not going to be easy going there. You have to go with a different mindset. You can't go there with life as usual mindset. You have to recognize that you're in a different place. Adjust your thinking. You know what I'm saying? But from what I've seen so far, it's not going to be that difficult to adjust yourself. I think where the difficulty comes in is when you're dealing with government and social services and those kinds of things, where it's a hurry up and wait mentality. You know what I mean? Where you need to get certain things done, and you're looking for things to be done in an expedient manner. It's not going to happen that way. You're going to have to sit back and wait. However, if it's a living or a lifestyle situation, you have enough malls, you have enough nice supermarkets, you have enough lovely shoe store and all of those wonderful things that we here feel like we need in order to consider ourselves living. To me, it's right there. It's there. So I have to thank Brother Lance for that. and some of our YouTube families. Yeah.
Once I start driving, it's a wrap. You're gonna feel like you live here. I'm gonna go up and down everywhere, talk to people, interview. I have not even begun. I just got here. I got things to take care of, but once things are set, it's a wrap. Work-wise, work ethic, this is what I'm here for. I'm built for this. I'm going to do it. Trust me.
Right.
The last 20 years, you see what I've been doing? That's just a warm-up. Trust me.
Going back to that comment that Empress made about adapting, I think diasporas need to ask themselves, how much should they adapt? Because sometimes when you adapt to a system of Ghana, then the system of Ghana takes over and you
Never
become
change.
rotten.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to ask yourself, how much am I willing to adapt? What am I willing to change? And what do we need Ghanaians to change? I mean, for example, this idea of customer service. In the UK, if I go somewhere and I'm not served well, I won't pay for that meal. For example, if the food is not good, I won't pay for it. But so I'm going to say that, okay, now in Ghana, because it's a different country, I should put up with shoddy customer service. Remember once at a restaurant, there was some hair in the food. So I told the girl, see the manager. The girl told me, the manager, if he won't even say anything to you, the manager will just come and insult you, but he won't say anything to you. So if the manager will insult me, but I still insisted because I know my rights. I'm from the UK, I know my rights. So how much should we adapt? Should we just say, okay, this is Ghana, I'll put up with rubbish? Or should we say no?
No, I'm not saying that you're going to put up with it. What I'm saying is that you have to expect it. You understand? You can't go there thinking that everything is the same as what you left behind. You have to expect it. Now, once you're there, you know, we can have, you know, we can start customer service training schools. We can, you know, we can do things, you know, for those people who are willing to learn. Because you do have situations where you can train. I've heard people talk about going in and, you know, going into a company and trying to teach them proper customer service and so on and so forth. And the minute that individual is gone, they go back to business as usual. They go back to that lax way of doing things, you know? Yeah. So once again, I think it's show and tell. If you have if you start a business and you start a company or whatever over there, let your light shine. Let them see how your customer service works. You understand? Let them see that when they come into your establishment, they get proper service. We let them see that when you give them a time frame for something to be done, it's going to be done in that time frame. It's you know, it's not 3 weeks later when you need it in 2 days. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Go there, not expecting what you left behind. But once you're there, have the mindset to create change. Yeah.
I mean, I left here 25 years old. I had no idea what I was going to step into in Ghana. I was very straight. From my A, my A, my B, people say in Ghana, you're too straight, you don't bend. So you can imagine the difficult time I had there. I mean, there was a time where my own property, my home, somebody tried to steal it from me. The short version is police wanted bribe, I guess, to do the right thing. I refused. So I was thrown in cells in Ghana because I wouldn't bribe the police to get my elite. No, because after 3 years of going back and forth, I finally changed the lock. So the police threw me in cells or changed the lock. I mean, you know, that'd be simpler to just say to the policeman, here's the money. But I was determined not to give them the bribe. And so I took my time in the cells. These are the kind of things that the diasporas are going to face. Yeah, my own home. Yeah. It's not illegal to change locks in your home. I shouldn't have been arrested in the first place, but the tenant was bribing the police and I refused to bribe. So they had to teach me a lesson.
Wow.
Yeah.
I read that piece. I read that piece you wrote about your dad passing and the horrors that happened afterwards with his will.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
His closest friends. Yeah. They forged the will. And in Ghana, you cannot be an executive to a will, a trustee, a witness, a beneficiary. It's illegal. My dad's cousin is all those things, yet the court still rubbished my case because I'm not ready to bribe. I'm just not ready to bribe anybody to do the right thing. Why should I bribe you to do the right thing? I don't get it.
Exactly.
I won't bribe.
Exactly.
So if you're ready for battles in Ghana, don't bribe. If you want to do the right thing and you make life will be that much more difficult for you, or you can just do the Ghana thing, carry money everywhere and just bribe your way through the system. Just decide how you want to live in Ghana. Yeah. Just carry money. So budget.
That's a rough call.
Seriously,
That's
you have to decide. You have
you know.
to have a budget. Okay, this is my bribery budget. Yeah, to get your kids to school, have a bribery budget. You decide. I have a bribery budget, makes my life easy, or I'll stick to my ethics. I'll stick to my principles, and I make things will be a bit tougher for me. But I know at the end of the day, I'm living how I want to live, honestly. So people have to decide what's best for them.
Exactly. That's true. That's true.
I mean, I wish we could all do the right thing. I really wish we didn't have to bribe our way through the system. It makes no sense having to pay. Imagine you got a court case and you have to bribe a judge for a goat or a yam. I wish the judge would just make a decision based on right and wrong, not based on who's brought the most goats. You know?
That's why it's just better to come with your own and set yourself up, knowing that there are things human nature wise around you, but I'm going to run out and not get wet as far as those things are concerned when it's here. Although you will be offered things and those things, it's part of the culture. It's part of the culture. I'm not saying to you have to bow down to it, but it gets out of hand sometime too, you know. And you know, Blakofe, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You did that piece with the police officers, and you know, if the girls didn't want to get arrested, they had to get down on their knees and not to pray. Okay, so that's the kind of corruption that's, you know, like how I said that, right?
That's when I read that story about the Pokwasi branch of the Ghana prostitutes said they're not serving the police for 5 years because the police come and chop them for free, then raid them afterwards.
It's crazy.
I couldn't stop laughing. It's not funny, but I couldn't stop laughing. But that's typical. The police will arrest the prostitutes, go and chop them for free, and the girls can't say anything. Who can they report them to? It's sad. It's not a laughing matter. It's not a laughing matter.
It's all right.
There's like no more servicing Ghana police for 5 years.
I've seen some things.
I support the prostitutes. No more free shagging for Ghana police.
Wow.
I support.
They're getting paid and laid.
Oh my God.
In fact, in 2015, I renamed Ghana the asylum. When I renamed it, people were like, what does she mean? I'm like, yes, it's a mental asylum. You're all mental here. And I'm the chief shrink. And now everybody like, now people say, as Blakofe would say, the asylum. Now everybody agrees it's a freaking asylum.
Wow.
Well, you know, I've noticed that, like, I've noticed so many different things on different levels the more I've been here. And it's quite amusing to me. It's like almost with the folks who, I don't want to say the common man, but the one who's working and striving, they may not have much, and they may not have been exposed to people from other places. You go out a little bit and they just been in a little bubble, and they look at you and they look down, they look down, they look at you like, I can't look at this person, you know, I'm not up to their level or whatever. It's almost like you say hi to them and they get shocked, like, you said hi to me. Like that's crazy. And a lot of them know or don't understand because they haven't traveled. But I know one thing: when I go to the market, I let my wife go in. I don't go in, because if something's going to be $10, when I go in there and open my mouth, it's going to be $5. I mean, CDs. I'm sorry. So, you know, used to that dollar thing, right? But that's the way it is.
Although the government uses dollars as well, although they say we shouldn't.
See, this is another thing, and I'm gonna mention it too. I'm not putting any women down or whatever have you, but like Lazia75, the Black Unicorn, subscribe to her channel. She told me, she said, Lance, Ghana is the side chick capital of the world. Yeah. That's what you mean by that?
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, she said, it is.
Already? I mean, I might go into the market with my wife, and she's over there looking at some vegetables or some seasonings or some spices, and there's the girl over there selling it just looking at me. And I'm like, hi. And I'm like, whoa. You know what I mean? I'll say that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying everybody, but
As a woman.
But then they can be sneaky and shoot you a visual letting you know what's up. But it's not because of me. It's because, I can tell he's American, so he has a lot of money, which is not the case.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Stay in Ghana long enough as a woman, and you believe in polygamy. You be like, what the hell? Yeah, man, I'm polygamous. Let's all do it. He's married. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. I've spoken to women here who have told me that, okay, they say you have the Christian thing going on, but many who are Christian traditionally expect the man to have up to, because you can have up to 5 wives here legally if you do it legally here. But it's like, okay, you're Christian, and I wouldn't like to hear or find out that you're messing around with somebody. But, that's part of the culture. And the men, from what I see, they're not super aggressive. You know why? Because they got too many women. They're all, oh man, yeah. You know what I mean? I can't handle the ones I think. They're not aggressive. Right. And I've noticed that because here, if some of these young ladies with the physiques that they have were in New York City, Miami, Florida, the good food, the good sun, the walking up and down, the ones who are up in the mountains who are just, I can't believe, and I'm not saying this in a lustful way, but it's unbelievable when you see a woman who is so well built and 2 or 3 dudes walk by and they just walk, come on, they don't do this. Oh, man, you know what I mean? In America, it would be a whole different thing. So, it's just that wherever you have anything that's plentiful, like mangoes here, inexpensive because they're all over the place.
Right.
GMO. But if you go to New York City in the wintertime, if you find a mango to buy, you're going to pay a lot of money for it. I can get 15 mangoes like this juicy for the equivalent of $3. I can live off of it. Yeah. And I love that.
Ghana is the one place, and people are going to kill me for, but Ghana is the one place that majority of married people all have other partners. The wives have partners, the husbands. People get married because it's what's expected of them. So at the age of maybe 24, 23, they have these big, huge weddings just to impress people. It's all about impressing people. But then within a year, 2 years, I realized that, actually, I didn't want to get married, but I did it because my mom wanted me to. Like my soft wanted me to. Then the man has a girlfriend. Look, I think every married people I know in Ghana have boyfriends and girlfriends. Seriously, I've said this so many times. I don't know any married people who do not have boyfriends or girlfriends. They all have. Everybody's doing everybody in that country, and it's all under cover.
I had a young girl come and knock on my door. A young girl, about 17 years old. Saw a couple times, hi. Word got out, he's on YouTube. So all these people are like, yo, I like your video. I like this, I like that. They see me with the tripod. They see me going out. So now they see that I'm here, but I'm locked in the house and he's in there. This young girl came, and Empress Elegy, the full story, right? She came and knocked on the door, and Mr. Scurv was here. And I was in the back laying down. So I'm like, who
You're
is that?
expecting someone?
Yeah. She's not so quick to get upset on it like that because I talk to everybody. I talk to a lot of women. I talk to men. I talk to more women than men in what I do. So I looked outside, and it was that young girl. And she had on the shortest little skirt. She had on some high heels that she couldn't walk in. She didn't know how to walk in them. And her little boobies were pushed all over her neck. Yeah, and the lipstick was like, she put on so much, it looked like the Joker almost going up the side of her face. And so my wife was like, no, he's sleeping, whatever. But what was she coming there for? She thought she wasn't there. Like, I'm going to come over there and just let me in, and then I'm going to get money out of him. I had handed her a few bucks just because, not because little girl, come over here with me, but it's like, okay, here, I was at the store. Oh, you want that here? Like, oh man, a fool. We can get him. Yeah. I'm a craft veteran.
Yeah.
Can't do that. Can't do that.
Nah.
But it's not just the girls. The guys do it too. The guys want visas, so they see the African American ladies, they see the white girls, they see us foreigners, and the guys are also on you because they think, yeah, this one will take me outside and marry me for just the girls. The guys also do it, especially the Rasta men. It's like the thicker, the more locks they have, the whiter the girls they go for. Go to Labadi Beach and see them. You're like, fireborn Babylon, fireborn Babylon. But me want a white girl to take to Babylon. You're thinking what? You know, so
I've seen it.
Yeah.
Right there on the beach. I've seen it. There were 4 women who couldn't have been no younger than 75 years old. And you know, white women are like American cars. After 100,000 miles, they collapse. They're not like the Japanese vehicles out here, right? And they were looking, they had the liver spots, they had breasts and stomachs down to their knees, and they were over there like this, just licking their tongues out. And I'm like, yo, I don't believe this. They did not have an ounce of energy in them. There's another situation that I explained to you, Empress Ella G, up in another part of Ghana, when this woman that we met that wanted to show us around in the area, I was in a resort. And so me and Mr. Scurv were there. So she was friendly with other people. She said, come on down around the corner where I live. Let me show you around. So we went to, look around. She had a mother. This lady was up in age. And it's not just because she was up in age. She's not going to see this, right? She had plastic surgery so bad. Her lips blown up. Something was wrong with her voice. It was raspy. I'm sitting there trying to figure out, is this a man or a woman? Now, once I figured out it was a woman, right? The way she was built though and everything, she said, I want you to meet mama. So the mother it's a huge yard. And so we met the mother. The mother hardly moves, hardly says anything. She's sitting here. If you all watch Star Trek, if you remember Captain Pike, when it was like, sitting there like, no life in him. So she's like, Mom, we're home. I forgot the guy. Oh, you remember that then, right? Captain Pike. Right. So she called the dude. Oh, you like that one. I got to paint a picture of Captain Pike. Right? She called the dude who was like a housekeeper, right? That hit you hard, right?
Oh, Empress is off.
Yeah. So he came out. So I'm trying to wonder if that was her boyfriend or who else, right? So she's sitting here. She says, oh, I want you to meet mama's boyfriend. This dude was younger than me. This dude had to be over 40. I got 18 years on him. I'm 58 years old. I said, wait a second. This woman,
Lance, you're a mess.
she had to be 83, 84. And I'm being nice about it. So I'm not looking at her too hard. She waved her hand real slow. How you doing? And I'm like, this man is laying up with this thing. How desperate can you be? And then I didn't look between the legs, y'all. But I couldn't help my eye get pulled down. And I saw this big wet spot like she forgot to put on her Depends.
Oh, God.
So he went over to her and he says, I made you something. I made you your favorite. And turned around and took his tongue and pushed it in her mouth while her slob went down the side of her face. I said,
no, you're going to make me sick right now.
No, seriously, so much.
There was more to it than that. I'm trying to show you the thing in their mind. The daughter, which she was up in age too, this 84-year-old lady must have had her when she was 14 because she was up there too. So she's like, Kenny or Tony, whatever his name is, I want to talk to you. So my ear all of a sudden turned to the size of a satellite dish. I want to hear what it was that they were going to say. Oh, did you wash my panties? Did you wash my so-and-so? Well, after we put mama to bed, I want you to come to my room. I'm like, oh! They weren't even like white women that you can say, like, okay, I'm not into the white woman thing, but okay, she doesn't look so bad. Homegirl was slobbing. She had wet stains between the legs, and he was servicing them both.
Well, they have money, right? They must have been paying him real good.
No, you not even a lot. But when you check the cities,
exactly.
Oh, unbelievable.
Oh, my God.
But he kissed her in front of me. And she and the slob. I was like, oh, man, this is a trip. I was trying to get my people and hold it down.
You feel sick. Someone in the chat said they're making breakfast. Oh, God.
It really happens.
Lance is a mess.
That's all I can think about. And what was that wet spot? I hope it was when she had to use the restroom. Maybe she was aroused.
Lance.
I'll keep it decent. Wait a second. You're an entertainer. You don't mind. Oh, man.
Oh, gosh.
Are you hungry yet? I'm like, nope. Later, you hungry yet? I'm like, nope. Nope. I didn't eat until the next day. And I was hungry. But I said, what is that? Captain Pike's sister. Boop, boop.
Oh my days. Hey, it happens, man. It used to be the Gambia, now it's Ghana.
Wow. And you get the guys who like they see you and they think, see, I'm gonna always be a tourist here. All right. Because see how I speak and stuff like that. So it's like, oh yeah. The question I get most of the time is like, how do you like it? Oh, I love it here. How long are you gonna be here? And I say, well, I'm here forever. I mean, I'll travel and everything, but what? So for me to say that, the first thing is always, why would you come here? Because
are you nuts?
Yeah.
Right.
You leave the great America. Everything's so perfect. There's nobody homeless. There's no drugs. There's no nothing. And we see these little racist cops, but that's far and few between. And they want hell bent on going there, and they're insulted that I want to come here. Oh, such a dumb move. You shouldn't have come here. I'm like, you go there and pay them mortgages. You go there and pay them taxes. You go there and deal with the craziness that's going on. I know what I see, and I know what I'm going to do. You know what I mean? No way.
Yeah.
Way.
Yeah. I mean, definitely Africa is a place to be. It's definitely better for all of us. I think so, which is why it's so frustrating that the place is a mess. Ghana is a mess, Nigeria is a mess, Uganda is a mess, Zimbabwe is a mess. So the whole continent's a mess, except maybe where's not a mess. I would have said Tanzania wasn't a mess under Magufuli, but now I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, it's frustrating. Given a choice, I would not be in London. Well, I made a move to Ghana in 1995. I chose to return home, but I'm only here now because of the current governments and what's happened, So it's frustrating.
I can't wait for you to come back. We got some work to
2025, when Akufo-Addo is gone.
Because you're telling me what you wanted to do for those in the diaspora, and I definitely want to be a part of that. You have some really great plans, so I'm looking forward to that. And you know what? Yeah. Overall, I have been meeting some really positive, wonderful people here and Empress Elegy, the floodgates have just opened. And I'm just really happy. I mean, things have just been falling on my lap that way. And like I said, I have something really good for you tomorrow to see. When I get that footage, I'm going to spend the day out. I'm going to come home and I'm going to load it up.
I'm curious what you're talking about.
Huh? I'll tell you after. Suspense. Well, trust me, it's going to be good. The views alone are going to be good,
Right.
And
right.
What's being done here. Yeah. Well, views are part of it, but it's a person who really somebody who is, and I'm like, wow, I'm honored. It's not a name person because this person kind of hangs out under the shadows and whatnot, but he's, and I'm going to be introduced and they gave the AOK for me to bring the cameras and stuff. So I'm going to show y'all some stuff tomorrow.
Okay. Can't wait.
Yeah, really. Yeah. I'm really intrigued now. So
you're intrigued, right? Yes.
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Yes. Stay knocking on his door until he shows.
Just stay knocking on my door.
Oh wow.
Wow. Yeah. This was wonderful.
Yeah. So the next time we're gonna and I'm not rushing you now. We can sit down here.
Yeah, we could talk some more. Yeah.
I don't know if you saw. I've got work to do. I'm writing.
Oh, you ready? You know,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna put you on the spot. You need to get up and cut a step and show them your little dance moves and put some. Well, don't put the music on because they'll flag my video. But or maybe I'll drop the link and whatnot. You deadly on the dance floor.
Hey, listen, we're as young as we feel, right, sis? We're as young as we feel, and if you have the moves, bust the move.
I feel very young.
That's
I
right.
feel
That's
younger
right.
than my 20. I have a 25-year-old son. I feel younger than him. I think I even look younger than him.
Oh. Wait.
Yes.
25-year-old son. Look
I
at
have a
your skin.
25-year-old son.
She is absolutely gorgeous. It's so tight, no wrinkles, beautiful, even complexion.
You just can't see it. I have a 5-year-old.
We're not looking. We're not looking.
Yeah, don't look.
Let me tell you something. There's some 20-year-old white girls out there that would love to have your skin.
Exactly. Gorgeous.
If y'all want to know
absolutely
what Captain Pike looks like, there's a link. You'll see Captain Pike.
Lance, you are a mess. Oh my God, you are a mess.
That's how she said it.
Oh my gosh, you are a total mess.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
I know. That's what it looked like. Sitting there with slob coming out of mouth. I'm like, no way. You know?
Oh my gosh.
Oh dear.
I can imagine what that household is like 8 hours. Man, but a lot of that goes on. And I was somewhere else early in the week. I had to do some runs for somebody. And you know, you go to these established places and they have the gates and the gate has to be lifted up and it's a security guard. And the guy was like, where I was going to go. So I told him who I was looking for and the person who was waiting for me. And so he says, okay, I got to talk to you when you come back out. I said, sure, no problem. I'm like, okay, you know. So he says, are you here for good? And I said, yeah. Oh, I can show you around. I can be your friend. And I'm like, is this guy like hit? No, but it wasn't that.
Your friend.
Yeah, I want to be your friend. I can show you around. You can help me and I can help you. And he was trying to get my number and everything like that. And I was like, well, I got away from all of that. But he was like, well, since you're leaving now, can you give me a few CDs so I can get something to drink? Get something to drink for you. I said, man, you work. You want something to drink now? You know? But I'm not saying everybody's like that, but you just have to be a little leery when people come around you and what they really want. And that goes any country, anywhere, whatever, but you stick out. Even if I don't open my mouth, I stick out. You know, worse that I'm from New York City and they hear the accent and it's like, oh, he's a tourist or whatever. So I'm going to start mounting my GoPro on my chest. So as these encounters happen with these little side chicks, I can show you what I go through every day.
You know, when you mentioned about the guy asking for something, the chapter in my book, there's a chapter, and it's about the culture of begging. It's like everybody's a beggar. The minute you don't have to leave your house, they'll come to your house and everybody's begging. You stop in at night, the police people, they're begging you. You're traveling from Ghana on road to maybe Nigeria or Burkina. At the immigration officers, they're begging you. You wake up in the morning, somebody is begging. Everybody's a beggar. It's ridiculous. And then, of course, our leaders are also beggars. They go to the West and beg for loans and aid. Everybody's tempted. It's not nice. It's not.
Wow. So this is the thing that gets me. And that's not to air out dirty laundry, but you know, in certain places, you may have a mother sitting down. And I've always said to myself, I'm not going to push this. And thank you so much, Melissa. Thank you so much. You know, I'm humble like that. You know, thank you. But you have some mothers that go to populated areas early in the morning. How come your kids are so dirty? Some of them. I have to tell it because you're going to see these things some places. And they're running up to cars. And the mother's sitting over to the side watching. Come on.
And the father's also around.
You know, and see, also in the Gambia, the whole sex trafficking thing is really bad, but it's here also, just as it is in other countries. But it's pushed away a little bit. When I see these old white men walking around the beach and walking around in neighborhoods like they're just looking, whatever, it's like, what's up with that?
And they've got little kids with them. I was beat up with one guy at the beach. I saw a white guy once on the beach with a bunch of little boys. So I said to these little boys, do you know this man? Why? So I actually went up to the guy. What are you doing with these kids? Where'd you get them from? I was really angry with him, you know. And I told the little boys, be very careful of him. Don't do anything that you don't want to do. Don't let him make you do things. That day at the beach, I was so angry. I was watching, and I couldn't help myself. Initially, I was just watching them walk out. I just sat like this watching. And I thought, you know what? I have to say something. So I went up and said something. Yeah, it's horrible to see. It's disheartening to see. And it's the parents who push these kids there, you know. Oh, it's a white. You get money, you go for it. The parents pushed it.
Yeah, they're tourists, ABC. They're tourists. For the most part. They wouldn't live here to get away with that, and you know, and be, because somebody will get them. You know what I mean?
Right,
but they come here. The white women, they go to right by Labadi Beach. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna go to Labadi Beach within the next week and show y'all. I'm taking my camera. I'm strapping it on my chest. I'm gonna go talk to some of them people, and you're gonna see for yourself.
But have you noticed at Labadi Beach, the dirtier the locks, you know, like the dirtier the Rasta guy looks, the whiter the woman he gets. Have you noticed that? He's like this white woman. This is a definition of an African man. Oh, he's so dirty and rugged and rough. That's a definition. I think, okay, you have those ones. We don't want them anyway, so you're welcome to those ones. Why black ones?
Because you'll see them, like, you know, you have the art center over there, right?
Yes.
Over there. And you'll see some of these white women just standing around, like, and if I'm waiting for somebody, I'm waiting for Mr. Scurv or whoever I went out there with, and they just got that smile and they're scanning, and they're looking at guys, so what are you doing here? Like, okay, if you're a tourist, you have the right to be here, but there's something going on, you know? And when you walk past me, how are you doing today? And she gave me this funny look with this funny chin. How are you doing today, young man? You dropped something. What you looking for? You know? I want to show you all this for real. We're gonna be funny about it. I'm gonna show you this.
So I met a white guy at the mall, Accra Mall, what's his name?
Yeah, Accra Mall. There's a lot going on in the company too. You know, you go by the food court and you sit over there to eat something. You got a chick sitting there and she's got like a little split up her skirt. All of a sudden the leg is thrown over, you see, and she turned on one hip. It's almost like you can see everything. And she's just looking at just like, whoa. I'm not saying that everybody's like that. No, but I catch things because of my experiences in life. So my radar goes on so many different levels. Other people just walking around not noticing things. Like the one I told you about, Empress Ella G, when I was in by the other part of Accra. And the girl walked past me and Mr. Scurv, and she licked her lips so fast and gave me a look.
Stop it.
I'm not out there looking for that, but the way she did it, she caught me off guard. It felt like her tongue was on me. I was like, whoo, whoo.
It's tremendous.
And she turned around again, and she did it again. I was like, whoa. She just tried to take a whole ventriloquist trick. I'm giving you this little piece. Just like the Chinese man in the mall who gives you that one piece of a sesame chicken. It was good. That's what she wanted me to do. Like, listen, sweetheart, sit here.
My gosh.
Nah. You ain't getting me that way. I'm sorry. I should be in your interview, sister. But because I know that you understand and you tell jokes too and stuff like that, you know. Yeah. We gotta hang out when you
have to come back. Yeah, yeah.
I know I have to come back, right? Because I chose to Sankofa in 1995.
Yeah.
How can I let this government drive me out of the country after everything I've done for Ghana? I deserve
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Honestly.
That's right. Why wait till 2025? Come on, man. You know.
Yeah. On top of that, they're telling diaspora was year of return home. I chose to return home, and now they want me in exile.
Mm-hmm.
This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go down to the Accra Mall. We're gonna go down to Medina Mall, a market. We're gonna go East Legon. We're gonna go to Osu, and we're gonna get a camera person, and we're just gonna put them on you and me and Elegy and Mr. Scurv. And we're gonna walk and talk and tell jokes and get them some fun and react to the people and let that thing run for hours like a reality TV show. And we're gonna have some fun. You hear me? I'm gonna make it fun.
That'll be good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen, sis. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. Yeah. I'll definitely come back. I mean, I can't say I'll never return to Ghana. I'll definitely come back to Ghana one day.
Well, you have to now. I'm putting it out there to the universe. You got to get right in front of my camera, right there with me, because you got that energy going on. And when you come back, if it's a year from now, you're gonna look 10 years younger.
That's right.
Amen. Amen.
There's going to be dancing in the streets of Accra.
That's right. That's right.
And dancing on the beach. Yeah. Living. Yeah. No, I'll come back to Ghana one day. I needed the time out. One person fighting the legal system, fighting the government, dealing with backstabbers. You know, I just needed to rest. Yeah.
Right.
I chose Sandford in Africa as well. I can't end up in Europe. Africa, it's in me.
I'm going to drop her link for her books once again.
Yes.
So you can get an idea on who this beautiful celebrity is and on Mixed.
And go support her on Instagram too.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, yes. Thank you. On Instagram, Blakofe, yes.
That's right.
Instagram and YouTube.
And YouTube, yes.
That's right. I'm going to flash the actual banner for this show so they can get the right spelling of Black Coffee. So here we go. Here we go. Boom. All right. That's how you spell it.
Yes. Yes, that's how I spell it.
All of that good stuff.
Yes. Yes.
Blakofe Speaks on YouTube.
That's right.
Now the next thing you have to do is populate your TikTok page, and you'll really have some following.
Oh, I know you're gonna do that.
Oh gosh, it's all so much. TikTok, this, that. It's all so much. It's crazy.
It's a lot. I got a TikTok and I put one on it. It's a lot. You got to kind of pare it down, and these things you have to use them for. So we'll talk about those things, but it doesn't have to be. But my workload is like maximum right now, so it's kind of hard. You kind of forget things. Like it just takes a minute to do this. Why didn't I do it?
Right.
Tell you, I'm going to call you when I'm done in 30 minutes. I'm in the bed snoring and sleeping. We were supposed to do something last night. I fell out because in front of the computer so much and your mind going so much and you're doing all this stuff. I love it, but it's like you go to failure. Boom. So if
it's a good thing I fell out too. It's a good thing I fell out because I was not waiting for you. No, I was not. No, I was not. This was one night I fell out.
Let me answer the question for ABC. He asked, he says, Lance, he says, are they wearing the weaves and the fake nails over there? Not as much, but they are.
If you yes, they are.
Yeah.
They are.
I would believe that a lot of them are not because maybe it might be a little costly, but you have that here. You have some women here. I'm not knocking my Ghanaian sisters here, but you have some who are caught up in the whole American UK thing, and they'll get arrogant on you. And I'm like, we were somewhere and we were purchasing this refrigerator. And there was a young lady there it was a Samsung place. And Samsung sells refrigerators out here. I don't know if they do it in America, right? But she caught my accent and she caught an attitude immediately. So she was trying to talk so American. And she was trying to impress me with stuff that I know. How you going to impress me with talk about New York? You've never been there, right?
Yeah.
So
I love that.
I told her, I said, listen, you sure you want to go there? She caught an attitude. Yes, I'm going to go there. I'm going to be very successful. And I'm going to decide. I'm not knocking anybody. But she had an attitude with me. She says, well, if you failed in the United States, it doesn't mean I'm going to. I'm like, oh, man. What am I going to tell her? Failed? Yeah. I'm successful for getting on up out of there. I'm not saying anybody who's still there is not successful. I'm saying for my life and the way I want to live, I'm living the life that I want to live. Right? But she was the weave and the this, and she was so. I said, sister, do you know you look like you're wearing a straitjacket? You're not relaxed. Why? You're so uptight. And when you go out there, you're gonna see people that are doing the same thing too, and not everybody. But go on the train in the morning time, moving into Manhattan, and see how many women are done up in ways you're like, whoa. Yeah. So while you might be a big fish in a smaller pond, don't think you're gonna go out there and show something new. It's almost like a young lady who the wintertime was good to her with the estrogen that's in her system. So the cup size went up 2 sizes. So she wanted to show everybody what she got. Listen, young girl, I might know your mama's better than what you're trying to show me. I've been around the block. If it's new to you, don't think it's new to me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's crazy. You know, so this
but
is what
yes,
you
to answer that guy, when you go to Ghana, you will find the women are all in weaves, they're all in fake lash. Okay, maybe about 90%. They got the fake, they shave the eyebrows, then draw the Nike logo on it. You find all of that there. You find it there.
Tell me,
yeah.
Tell me something.
I remember.
I have a question to ask you. What's up with these butt massage places? They got places with the sign that says butt massage if you want to have your butt shapely or whatever, and then they sell these pills because this has got to be butt capital of the world. You're like, huh?
You know what it is? Kim Kardashian. Since Kim Kardashian came out with that, all Ghanaian girls want to be Kim Kardashian. And that makes sense. Kim Kardashian is the role model of every Ghanaian girl. They want Kim Kardashian's hair, they want her butt, they want everything.
Imagine
that's the role model.
The non-black woman's butt.
Isn't that something? Well, I saw something, a remedy for having a plump derriere. I saw an African girl on TikTok. She made up a concoction of chopped okra and olive oil. You know, you mix it together, you let it seep together for a couple of days, and then you massage your backside with the olive oil, and you just keep replacing you save the oil, replace the okra, and just keep doing that. And supposedly that will give you a nice plump backside. Haven't tried it yet, but I don't know.
That's why I don't understand.
I'm going to try that.
So if there's anyone here in the chat who thinks that sounds interesting or intriguing, give it a whirl, see what happens. Chopped okra and olive oil.
Leave it for days. But until social media and Kim Kardashian, black women were not obsessed. It was just how we were built. Go to South Africa, go around. It's just how we were built. It was just us. Then all of a sudden, Kim Kardashian came on. It was cool to have this thing. So everybody now, I want Kim Kardashian back. But it's not Kim Kardashian back. It was what you had before.
They had it already.
Exactly.
And I'm like, even the brothers. Now, I ain't no homo looking at no man, right? But because of the hard physical work, the good, clean food, they walking around their belly hanging, and it's a 6-pack and sucked in. They're not even trying to hold it in. Pec lines, shoulders, biceps, whatever. Hey, man, how you doing? So I know you from YouTube, man. What's going on? Hey, man, let's take a selfie. I was like, what gym you go to? I don't go to the gym, man. I work hard. I'm a mason. I lay bricks. I do this in the sun all day long. But that's just the way it is with the natural food. They have the bodies already. And the women, like track stars and upright. And you can take a can and put it right, you know what I mean?
Right.
And again, that's the average. That's average here. That's all over here. So I just can't understand why they want to forfeit what they already have to mess with themselves, thinking they're making it better than what they have.
But you know what? You know what the sad thing is, that Kim Kardashian is the one that made them proud to have those lovely backsides. Isn't that a shame? Because before they probably hated the fact that they looked the way they did. You know?
Yeah. I mean, look, if Kim Kardashian started wearing natural African kinky hair, That's when black people will be like, "Ooh, him has 4C hair, so therefore my hair is good." It's sad.
Mhm.
It's until the Western world validates what is taken, we can't accept it. If I wear my natural hair, it's like crazy. So stupid, look at hair she's wearing. And let Kim K wear it, or let's
listen.
Let's
back in the 70s when Bo Derek decided to put braids in her hair for that movie 10, right?
That's
up until that time, we were afraid to walk around with our natural hair in braids.
And people thought that she invented it.
And it was like all of a sudden now every white person was putting braids in their hair, and it was Bo Derek did it. Bo Derek, I want to be like Bo Derek.
Yeah. We always wait for them to validate what is ours before we accept it. Yeah.
Yes. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, to the person was asking about the women and natural hair and things wearing weaves in Ghana. I remember we had a tour group once, guys from Antigua. They came to Ghana, and the guys wanted to go to Miss Ghana. They were like, "Oh, Miss Ghana, we're gonna meet beautiful African women." So I said, "Well, don't expect anything, because Miss Ghana, they will have the girls in weave, face full of makeup and stuff." But I said, "But go and see for yourself." So they went to Miss Ghana, and as I predicted, I told them all the girls were weaved up. They walked out halfway. "We didn't come to Africa for this. We don't want to see all this fake beauty. This is what we have in Antigua." They were so mad. I'll never forget that experience, because they were we're going to see real African women. But no, there are no African women left in Ghana. They're all Brazilians, Indians, Armenians, like Kim K.
Yes.
The African women are in the diaspora. I write a lot about hair. I did my MA research on hair, because hair has been I've been promoting love of natural hair since 1994, and so I did my MA research on hair, and of course I had to do research on hair, so I know a lot about how we've got to this stage. How the first thing they did when they enslaved us was what? Cut our hair off, because it's part of identity. Before then, you can tell by hairstyle. This one is real. This one is from this tribe. This one is a widower. You could tell by the hair. So the first thing they did was get rid of our hair, enslave us. Then you couldn't tell whether the person was a fellow tribesman. And then of course we got to a plantation where they hated our hair. The white women were jealous because our hair was versatile. You can do this, you can do that. They hated it, so we had to cover our hair, and it made us feel our hair was ugly, and it's been passed down up to now. Where from covering your hair with scarves, we're not covering with Brazilian weave to look like them. It's crazy. And black women still don't get it. They say, "It's my choice." It's not your choice. You're making a choice based on being told that your hair is ugly. So what choice are you making, really? You're making a choice based on being told that if I wear my hair like this, apparently if I wear this style, it's not corporate. Corporate means Brazilian weave, and you've bought into that lie.
Exactly.
We have a long way to go. I don't understand why I can't be a doctor or a teacher or a banker or anything with hair like this. Why am I still little Indian hair? Why?
Exactly. Why?
Unbelievable.
Why? Yeah. They've got a good job on us, and we need to go back and tell our people the truth. We need to reverse the lie. It'll take another 400 years, but hey, we'll do it.
Yeah. Wow. This is we gotta have you on regular. You're not gonna get away from me. We're gonna talk about things.
Look, me, I love talking. If you're gonna, I'll be talking all the time. I think my sister gets fed up. She's like, I love talking. My children get fed up. My sons, the minute I start talking, I think they just walk off and just leave me talking to myself.
No, I love talking. I don't think you're talking more than me. I'm gonna talk your ears off so much they'll be hanging like those earrings, those pretty earrings you got. You be like, "Lance, this is enough. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. We've been here since 4:30 last afternoon."
I love talking. Oh my goodness, I overtalk, I think.
For real.
Yeah.
ABC, AABBCC. I mean, really? Why would they walk around with pajamas outside? I mean, are you really reaching for questions now? Come on.
Oh, wow. Just got to travel and see. But I'm happy where I am. There are challenges that are over here, but it's a whole different gravity. And I feel so much in alignment the center of the world, 0 latitude, 0 longitude. That must mean something. You know, these white folks are not going to make things a setup like that unless it means something. But like I said, the sun shines brighter out here. The watermelons are real in abundance. I can't find the GMO watermelon, not that I'm looking for one, but I don't have to worry and see what it is. The mangoes, the fruits, the food, the sleeping deep when I sleep, because, you know, I like to be up late at night sometime. But when I sleep, I let go completely. When I get up and can get the sun on me, it's a beautiful thing. Just a whole different vibe. There's no, huh?
The watch your breakfast.
Yeah, the good breakfast. The good, huh? What you said, watch it.
The watch your breakfast, yeah.
Yeah, this is the food, you know, the vegetables and stuff like that. And just looking forward to my best days. Not like, oh, I gotta take a 2-week vacation, but I gotta ask the boss and I can't. Nah, just I'm already where people go. This is tropical here. This is like anywhere in the Caribbean.
Right,
it's just not.
Right.
Yeah.
But Jamaica on steroids. So much land, so much. And I've been invited to many places here in the motherland because of what I do. And when this thing cools down with, you know, what's going on with the jab, I'm going to be going to those places. You know, I couldn't believe how much the work got out there and how much more I'm appreciated over here. It's just amazing. And I have a lot to do, and I have a lot that I'm going to do. There's businesses I want to start, and just different things I want to do. And it's not about a money thing. It's just flowing with what's inside of yourself. And there's no barriers. You dream and envision and go after, make your plan, you know, plan your work and work your plan.
Yeah.
Great man told me that many years ago.
Yes.
That's what it is. Conversation. How are you, my dear sister? Yes. Yeah. So I see we're going to wrap it down right now. I said that you're going to wrap it down, but I see the energy relaxing. You already did a Zoom earlier, and I'm going to stalk you to come on the show again. I'm going to stalk you. If I catch you on
my
YouTube,
pleasure. It's my pleasure.
I know. And I'm going to post you certain topics and different things we talk on, not even just in Ghana, but all over the world, because you're a world citizen, right? You're a citizen of the world, right? And we are the majority of the world. We're not like those others who want us to say that we're minorities, but they're only 9% of the world
Honestly,
population.
I don't understand why we're called the ethnic minorities. I don't get it.
It's crazy. It's crazy, but they're the minorities of the world. That's why they don't want you to see yourself as a world citizen the way I see myself as a world citizen. In America, you can call me that because of the crunch numbers. But in the world, who's the minority? 9%.
Exactly.
Oh, man. Things have got to change, right? So, anyway.
Long overdue.
Indeed.
We gotta, yeah, definitely Joe Neckbone. We gotta definitely plan something more, maybe weekly or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I might try to get you on here tomorrow. Who knows? You know. But give out your social media credentials again, so people can go and follow you. You definitely want to follow her stuff. You don't know what you're going to get, but it's going to be something good.
It's Blakofe, Blakofe. So that's on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and then Blakofe Speaks on YouTube. And also Blakofe Speaks on Instagram. So I have 2 accounts on Instagram. Actually, I have several accounts on Instagram. I have Blakofe Speaks, where I do all the speaking. Blakofe, just for me. Dancing Granny, where I do all my dancing, because I'm a grandmother who loves to dance. So Dancing Granny, where I do all my dancing. Black Beyonce, where I do all my crazy, British stuff. You know, that's Black Beyonce. So I hear those The thing is, I do so much that I don't know how to place myself. Because 1 minute I can be Black Beyonce, next minute I can be very serious, dealing about the serious issues, Pan-African issues. Next minute I'm a dancing granny. I just
don't change. Don't change.
I'll try not to.
Don't change. Just keep it that way. I mean, add on, be who you are, bring all the things out from inside. Because you know how many people have talents and abilities and they're too shy to even do one thing that they have to seek validation from everyone that impresses them. I do what I want. I got books coming out. I got things coming out. I got all kind of stuff I want to do in the time to do it. And nobody's going to stop me. So you have these things. Right. You do something every day in the day that you have. And after 365 days in the year, you have 365 things. Ride the wave of time. Instead of sitting there speculating, I'm going to do this one day. I'm going to do this one day. I'm going to do this one day. Take the first step.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go out and ride a unicycle.
I've always
today.
been that person, you know. I've always believed in going for your dreams. When I was a little child, all I wanted to do was to be a writer or a TV presenter. That's all I wanted. And I've done both. I'm still writing now. I did TV for many years in Ghana. You know, it's just, I've always gone for my dreams. I've never believed in I can't achieve anything. I don't believe. I used to tell my children there's no such word as can't. My son, the time we wanted to do the split, my older son, he couldn't do the splits. I said, what do you mean you can't do the split? There's no such word as I can't do the splits. So based on that, he kept practicing. And he was, mommy, I can do the splits. I said, you can achieve, you could. So my children always remember that mom said there's no such word as can't. So what do you mean I can't do this? Of course you can. What can't you do? Yeah. There's nothing you can't do.
That's right. You're a firecracker, like it was said in the chat room, and a ball of positivity and energy. And I hope that it spreads to others out here who have watched this show. And it's always going to be that way the more and more we get on there, because we need you. You know, you're like nuclear power, except you make it look like an old used battery, but you're nuclear power. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, and we need to. That shows you're in tune, you're in line with yourself, and you're where you're supposed to be from within. Even though physically you may be in the UK and want to come back to Ghana, maybe, but wherever you are, you're centered, and that's the main thing. I can look at you, you're so vibrant, so full of energy. Even you sitting there not saying anything, I can see the intelligence in your eyes. I can see the energy. I can see your soul. I can see your spirit. It's powerful.
Thank you. I give thanks. I give thanks.
Yes. You radiate. I know you're no dummy. I'm looking at you and you're like, man, this is somebody right here. Got to give you your props.
I give thanks. I give thanks. I give thanks. It's not me. It's God. Seriously, it's my creator. When I say God, I don't mean a Christian God in church, but I mean it's my creator. It's my ancestors. Yeah. It's everything I do is my creator and my ancestors. Seriously, it's not me. So I give thanks. Yeah.
Yes.
Always. Thank you so much. Yeah. So let's set up where we can do this again. And I'm gonna make a few phone calls and stuff like that. And we're gonna make things happen. It's been a pleasure and an honor. And
it's been a pleasure. Much love to you. Yes, indeed.
Thank you, my sister. It's been great.
Thank you. Thanks
right.
for inviting me on, Brother Lance. Appreciate it.
Well, you gotta be on. You gotta be on. Of course you gotta.
I know. I know. All right, listen.
Conversation because you've been here. That's what it is.
Well, thank you. Well, you know, we have the female energy going, right, sis? We make it work.
That's right.
Yeah.
Happen all the time. So we're gonna talk, and I want to make some plans for some more shows and get your advice on certain things here, because you have the inside scoop and you know the deal. And there's some things we can't say online, because there'll be people from here watching when they see your name. Who is this guy here? He's another one too. So they'll be watching also. No fear, being shrewd and effective aggression in everything that we do.
Exactly. Wow. Exactly. Alrighty then.
All right. So anyway, my dear sister,
all right.
I will see you. Thank you so much. And I want you on next time, probably within a week or so, if according to your schedule,
Yes.
All right.
Take care.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
All right. Okay.
All right. We'll catch up.
All right.
Take care.